Hello friends, welcome to the Crypto News channel. We will cover the latest news about Bitcoin, Ethereum and other digital currencies. Today, we need to discuss CPI sentiment and FMC meeting minutes regarding the latest update. Before updating Bitcoin, be sure to check out the latest interesting updates about Polkadot and Matic. Yesterday, the CPI data showed a significant decline, falling 1% from 6% to 5%, which is the biggest drop since 2020. Even though the performance fell from 0.4% to 0.1%, there is no reason for the Fed to be aggressive in raising interest rates again, as the SimWatch tool predicts that a 0.25% rate hike in May will be the end of the Fed's rate hikes. Going forward, the hope is that interest rates and inflation will tend to decline. In the tech industry, pivots are commonplace, and this is perhaps the case with the Fed. In the first quarter, the company's performance looked quite good and they managed to overcome the problem of inflation which had previously been an obstacle. Therefore, there may be a possibility that the government will pivot at the end of this year. However, one thing that is also important to pay attention to is the report on the results of the meeting at the end of last month, which indicated the possibility of a banking crisis that has the potential to cause a recession this year. This is due to several factors, including the fallout from declining U.S. banking prices and the potential for Silicon players to cause the market to think that risky assets are becoming riskier. Although there is a possibility of a recession, there is actually an opportunity in this situation. We can anticipate by considering appropriate and objective solutions. One of the proposed solutions is BTSP issued by the Federal Research Program, which could be a short-term solution. However, it is worth considering whether this is a viable solution in the long term, as money released by the government could come back into the system and increase the upside trend, as has been the case recently. In this case, the Fed sees an opportunity to predict the future based on what happened in recent banking cases. While this situation can be a risk, it can also be an opportunity to invest when prices are low. Based on the news, there seems to be concern about economic conditions that could occur in the future, especially related to banking problems and the potential for a banking crisis that could trigger a recession. There are also concerns about rising inflation, especially after the Fed injected funds through a pending program recently. Even though in the short term inflation looks quite positive, it is necessary to be aware that the problem of injection of funds can trigger higher inflation in the future. The article also stated that the increase in the price of Bitcoin should be positive. But in reality the price of Bitcoin still tends to be corrected and only rose slightly after the inflation data was released. This may be due to the fact that the U.S. stock market also tends to fall after the announcement of the FMC meeting. However, it is still difficult to predict the future, especially if there is a change in economic policy or other changes that may affect the market. Today's daily closing shows a spinning top pattern that tends to reverse, with the dominant body in a bearish direction. There is a possibility of a big pullback on Bitcoin and previous levels will be tested. On the 4-hour time frame, there is a resistance area at 28,700 to 28,800 which is difficult to penetrate due to the dominance of sellers. It is possible that the price will fall to the exponential moving average level 21 at 29,500 to 29,600 and the previous resistance level at 28,000, as well as the support area around 27,900. There is rejection on the 15-minute time frame which indicates aggressive sellers, supported by sentiment market due to news regarding inflation. And CFC meeting minutes. The formation of an inverse head and shoulders and falling wedge pattern indicates a probability of a further breakout and correction. Projection of the Bitcoin price around $31,900 to $32,500 is still possible but with prior correction. There is an opportunity to seek a discount and anticipate changing trends with risk tolerance. See you in the next video.